Hello everyone! Welcome back for more Let's Play Professor Layton and the Unwound Future. I need to stop by my office and check something. After that, we'll go find Inspector Chelmy. So now's as good a time as any, even though we're being followed by the parrot, to check our journal. And speaking of the parrot, the mimicking parrot, we learned about him. We went back to our time and our first stop, Layton's office. So let's see here. There's one. Where is it? Ah, that window, yeah, okay. And there we go. Easy enough. Now let's talk to the woman here. There you are, Professor. I see you canceled lecture again this week, and my God, what's wrong with your eyes? Seriously, you have huge eyes. Let me guess, are you investigating another strange mystery? Hello, Rosetta. Yes, something rather pressing has come up. But I'll be sure to hold a makeup session later. Oh, no worries, Mr. L. As long as I get my credits, I'm not sweating it. Now, what kind of attitude is that to have, Rosetta? If you want those credits, you'll have to earn them. And as your paper's on the stone relics of Cornwall, I'd say you have your work cut out for you. As your advisor, I insist that you check in with me weekly until your paper's shaped up. I didn't mean to imply I wasn't interested in the work, and I'm very much looking forward to our sessions together. Not every girl has the privilege of receiving private instruction from the great Professor Layton. What I mean to say is that you should check in during office hours. Oh, you don't have to tell me twice, Professor. I'll see you next week. I don't know what that girl's up to, but it can't be good, Professor. No nonsense, my boy. I'm sure it's all in your head. You can't fool me. Did you see the look she gave you? She's a man-eater, whatever that means. Oh, dear. Luke, don't. You really shouldn't there. Unless you know what the words mean, you really shouldn't try to use them. Hey, aren't you the guard we bumped into at the demonstration? Why are you here? Ah, as you may recall, last week's demonstration experienced a few hiccups. When the dust settled, management decided it would be best to cut me loose. I'm sorry to hear that. Ah, excuse me. I don't believe I've properly introduced myself yet. Please, sir, don't bother. Dean Delmana filled me in. It's an honor to meet you, Professor Layton. I've actually been holding on to a puzzle just in case you happen to come by. Care to hear it? And of course, we do care to hear it, because it's a puzzle. Puzzle number 47, the Shady Trio, to be exact. Worth 40 points. Each member of a shady trio was dressed in red, white, and green. However, none of their outfits were the same. Here's what witnesses had to say about them. The men wore the same colored jackets. 2 of them had white pants on. The larger man wore a white hat, and the woman's jacket was green. Now, tap the trio's clothes and change the colors to match what the eyewitnesses reported. Oh, let's see. Woman's jacket was green. Easy enough. And the white hat. The men wore the same color jacket. 2 of them had white pants on. The larger man wore a white hat. Okay, let's see. Well, let's see. Since all three of them have all red, white, and green, we know his hat's white, and two of them had white pants. So white pants here and white pants here, because he already has white. So you must have a red hat. They both wore the same color jacket. They couldn't have worn white, because he's going to wear white. Well, obviously. So let's see. Okay. Let me think here for a second. Working through the logic in my head. And we know these two have white pants, so his hat can't be white and his can't be white. Let's see here. Okay. Whatever color they have here switches out there. Yeah, that works just fine, actually. Interesting.
Let's see if I've got this right. Just as I suspected.
Yep. For a shady trio, their clothes might be a bit too conspicuous. Simply beautiful work, sir. Thank you so much for indulging me. Not at all. I quite enjoyed myself. Okay, we're done out here, because we don't need the bus stop for anything. Hey, and there's an old man with a kind of pointy head sitting there. But, let's see. There's one. There's two. There's three. Herschel, my boy, I've been looking for you. Hello, sir. Didn't you receive my notice that I was on holiday? Oh, that? Yes, everything's in order there. It's something else I need your help with. In that case, please tell me how I can be of assistance to you, sir. Lean in a bit, my boy. What I'm about to ask you, well, I wouldn't like anyone else to hear it. The thing is, I have a puzzle I simply can't work through on my own. My darling granddaughter brought it to me, but I can't for the life of me solve the blasted thing. I can see how that could be quite vexing. Vexing is putting it politely. It's hard to feel like the king of your castle when you can't even solve your grandchild's puzzle. It's a rather serious issue for me, Herschel. It certainly sounds that way, sir. Yes. So I take it I can count on you to help me work through this thing? But, of course. Puzzle number 48. 1/1000th. Worth 25 points. Here are some matchsticks that spell out 100M. Move one of the matchsticks into the garbage to display a length that is 1/1000th of that size. Well, 100M easily means 100 meters. Now what's 1/1000th of that? Well, let's see. There are 100 centimeters in a meter, so 1,000, 100, 1,000, yep. 10 centimeters would be exactly 1/1000th of that size. And how can we have 1,000, or how can we have centimeters? Just like that. 10 centimeters.
Let's see if I've got this right. Few things satisfy like a puzzle solved.
100 meters becomes 10 centimeters. Easy enough. Oh, that's it! My granddaughter's going to flip when she hears how clever her granddad is. I'm glad I could help you with your predicament, sir. Likewise. By the way, Herschel, I do have one more small favor to ask you. Certainly. Let's keep the fact you helped me with this puzzle between you, me, and the wall, shall we? Of course. After all, you've a reputation to maintain with your granddaughter. It will be our secret. Woohoo! Perceptive as always. What about you there, young man? Can you keep a secret? Of course. My lips are sealed, sir. Splendid. For that you have my thanks. One last thing, Herschel. There's a young lady in your office. She said she's waiting for you. I see. Ah, you must be talking about Flora. So, we might have a problem. Flora might be a little upset with us again.
Oh, hi there, Flora. You two have got some nerve leaving me alone while you go off on another adventure.
Now, Flora, you know that wasn't our intention at all. While we were out investigating one issue, an even more troublesome matter arose.
What kind of troublesome matter? We couldn't have seen it coming, Flora. Honest. Really? Of course, we wouldn't have left you behind on purpose.
Luke is quite right. Do forgive us for our oversight.
Well, okay. Just this once. But you two had better not leave me alone again.
Of course not.
Well, before we continue to rectify the wrong we committed by leaving Flora here, as she turns to look at us, there's one. And yep, there's two. There's three. Oh, let's go ahead and talk to her now. What's done is done, so I guess there's no point in my stewing over it. You two must be awfully tired from all that running around. I just made a pot of tea. I'll go fetch it. Did you just make a promise to Flora? I believe I may have, and unfortunately, this is one promise I fear I may have to break. Professor, that's terrible. Not to mention very unlike you to go back on your word. Well, I didn't see you doing anything to dissuade the poor girl from coming with us. Besides, you know our current case is fraught with danger. I wouldn't want her to get hurt. Anyway, we need to finish our work here so we can find the inspector. We'd best move quickly. I suppose you're right, Professor. All right then, what are we looking for here? Somewhere in my office is a leather-bound notebook with a yellow note sticking out of it. Do you think you can help me find it? Aye, aye, Professor. I'm on the case. Well, we can look around all we want to, and people have, you know, just various little bits and bobs to talk about here. But there it is. Is this the notebook you were talking about? Why, yes it is. Let's see. Information concerning the explosion at the Institute of Polydimensional Research. Did you put this notebook together, Professor? I did, piece by piece. Sadly, most of its contents have been removed. Whoa, you weren't kidding. Most of the pages have been torn out. It's been a while since I opened it last. Let me see. At least the newspaper clippings are intact. When exactly are all these articles from, Professor? I'll explain more on the bus, but for now, we need to get out of here before Flora returns. Voila! I thought you might be hungry, so I made some little cucumber sand. Oh dear, where did they go? So now we run. And I don't think it will let us go back in. See? So no, we can't go back in and take her with us. Okay. It is just about time to go see Chelmy. However, it's also time to cut the video. So, when we come back, we will go see Chelmy. Until then, take care, folks. See you next time.